Patience, my dearest. It's still too soon.
Patience, my dearest. It's still too soon.
Patience, my dearest. It's still too soon.
Welcome back. I was worried you wouldn't wake up. Consider yourself lucky to be alive. Well, it's better than being dead, isn't it? Alas, your condition requires observation. I almost lost you once. I won't let that happen again. Had I not intervened, their filthy fingers would have been all over you. I could never turn my back on you. Nor could I ever let anyone steal you away from me. I always wondered if I'd ever kill for you. Now I know the answer. I'm afraid that's impossible. Even blinded, you must be capable of recalling my voice. You're still far too weak to fight me. It wouldn't be any fun. You don't deserve such a pitiful demise. I'll ensure your journey into the depths of despair is slow, agonizing, and utterly unforgettable. You are intoxicating. Every inch of me aches to be even closer to you. They don't understand just how special you are. You have no idea how much it hurts to hear you say that. I didn't realize being stuck here with me would be so traumatic for you. Our fates may be intertwined, but make no mistake, I'm the one in control. You can't survive without me. Need proof? Welcome back. Does it hurt? Well, it's better than being dead, isn't it? Please, you must rest and recover. Patience, my dearest. It's still too soon. You don't remember? Pity. You're going to stay right here, nice and snug, and safe with me. Concentrate. I know that, deep down, my image is ingrained in your mind, just as yours is in mine. I feel it inside you, even if you deny it. Confess. I don't care for your body. It's your mind that captivates me. When I found you, face down in the dirt, they intended to eradicate you. Vile vultures, striking when you are at your weakest. I couldn't allow that. Without you, life would be meaningless. Perhaps, in time, I'll find a way to make you realize the potential we have together. Whether you remember our vow or not, I could never turn my back on you. Nor could I ever let anyone steal you away from me. I disposed of them. If only you'd remain conscious long enough to see the expressions of anguish on their faces. It was delicious. Honestly, had you not been distracted by our little dance, I'm sure you would have destroyed them yourself. Do you want to know what the most pleasing part was? I always wondered if I'd ever kill for you. Now I know the answer. For you, I would scorch the entire earth until only we two remain. You know, I didn't have to save you. You're my prey. Each second I spend in your presence, I am forced to restrain myself. I adore you just as much as I despise you. 1 minute I wish to ravish you. The next, I want to watch you bleed. I'm afraid that's impossible. Our struggle is our sustenance, our solace. Without it, we would be empty, mere echoes of who we once were. Our deadly dance has always been a fatal one. In the darkness, we can redefine the boundaries of our existence. You're still far too weak to fight me. If you can't kill me, I can't promise I won't butcher you if I grow bored. But I'll savor every tiny crack that forms in that defiant spirit of yours until the day you inevitably shatter. I do enjoy it when you get feisty. Of course, I could be lying. Consider yourself lucky to be alive. I'll admit, after everything we've been through, I suppose a small part of me hoped you might like it. How disappointing. I'm going to send you back to sleep. Welcome back. I'll admit, after everything we've been through, I was worried you wouldn't wake up. You don't remember? Pity. Consider yourself lucky to be alive. Well, it's better than being dead, isn't it? Promises, promises. Alas, your condition requires observation. You're going to stay right here, nice and snug, and safe with me. I'm afraid that's impossible. Even blinded, you must be capable of recalling my voice. Concentrate. In the darkness, we can redefine the boundaries of our existence. I know that, deep down, my image is ingrained in your mind, just as yours is in mine. But there's more, isn't there? Confess. Beneath your bravado lies a flicker of desire, an inexplicable connection that defies reason. I feel it inside you, even if you deny it. Perhaps, in time, I'll find a way to make you realize the potential we have together. I almost lost you once. I won't let that happen again. When I found you, face down in the dirt, they intended to eradicate you. I couldn't allow that. They don't understand just how special you are. You don't deserve such a pitiful demise. You're my prey. Only I am allowed to hunt you, silly. Did you honestly think I'd be satisfied with someone else slaying you? We've bathed in each other's blood, broken each other's bones, scarred each other's skin. I adore you just as much as I despise you. Without you, life would be meaningless. Whether you remember our vow or not, I could never turn my back on you, nor could I ever let anyone steal you away from me. Each second I spend in your presence, I am forced to restrain myself. 1 minute I wish to ravish you, the next, I want to watch you bleed. You are intoxicating. But I'll savor every tiny crack that forms in that defiant spirit of yours until the day you inevitably shatter. I don't care for your body. It's your mind that captivates me. I'll strip away everything until all that's left is a broken soul begging for mercy. I'll ensure your journey into the depths of despair is slow, agonizing, and utterly unforgettable. I disposed of them. Don't worry, I was careful not to get caught, unlike you, my clumsy companion. Had I not intervened, their filthy fingers would have been all over you. Vile vultures, striking when you are at your weakest. Honestly, had you not been distracted by our little dance, I'm sure you would have destroyed them yourself. Do you want to know what the most pleasing part was? They could barely believe my betrayal. If only you'd remain conscious long enough to see the expressions of anguish on their faces. It was delicious. I always wondered if I'd ever kill for you. Now I know the answer. Of course, I could be lying. Maybe it was me who attacked you so savagely, just so I could have you all to myself. Where you're concerned, it seems I'm capable of just about anything. For you, I would scorch the entire earth until only we two remain. I didn't realize being stuck here with me would be so traumatic for you. I suppose a small part of me hoped you might like it. You have no idea how much it hurts to hear you say that. Every inch of me aches to be even closer to you. Our deadly dance has always been a fatal one. A never-ending cycle of pleasure and pain, driven by our desire to conquer and be conquered. So you finally found it. I should have known better than to underestimate you. Careful. You could kill us both. We made an oath to obliterate each other, friend. Do your worst. There's nothing I desire more than to die by your hand. To be destroyed by the one I fought so fiercely. Oh, such salvation it would bring. But remember, the void that remains will be unbearable. How disappointing. Our fates may be intertwined, but make no mistake, I'm the one in control. I eagerly await the day our roles are reversed. Since you can't be trusted to behave, I'm going to send you back to sleep. Patience, my dearest. It's still too soon. I'm surprised you haven't learned your lesson. How many times have we been here? You are my demon, my sacred shadow in the dark. We won't be so easily severed. I can't let you leave until I find you a suitable new body. For now, I'm afraid mine will have to suffice. I'm going to send you back to sleep. When you wake, you'll have your freedom. I sincerely hope you'll use it to slaughter me. Of course, you'll have to find me first. Sweet dreams. I'll be waiting.
Don't call me weak, 'cause I still have a loss.
I do enjoy it when you get feisty. That enmity, it fuels us. Without it, we would be empty, mere echoes of who we once were. You're still far too weak to fight me. It wouldn't be any fun. Please, you must rest and recover. So you finally found it. I should have known better than to underestimate you. Be careful. You could kill us both. But remember, the void that remains will be unbearable. Our struggle is our sustenance, our solace. You can't survive without me. How disappointing. If you can't kill me... May I suggest sweet symbiosis? I can't promise I won't butcher you if I grow bored. But with our combined power, I'm certain there'll be plenty of entertainment to indulge us. At last. Well played. Oh, how exhilarating to be forever entangled in each other's embrace. Oh, imagine the ecstasy. So many know the frosty grip of isolation, but few have experienced this. True, untainted union. We are sacred, searing flames. With your fire and my shadow, we are whole. And we will never be alone again. You are the one I have spent my entire life searching for. From the first moment I met you, I knew we were made for each other. Together, we will paint this world crimson with chaos. Seriously? I thought we agreed on banana this time. It's kind of important you remember the right word. Sure. Next time we'll keep it the same. For now, though, you're gonna have to give me the right one. Or I'll have to assume you're good to keep going. Giving in already? That's not like you. I honestly thought you'd be able to handle more. What? Bored? I'm working my ass off here. What, am I not sexy enough for you or something? Oh, come on. Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you technically inside me right now? Like, how would touching you even make any sense? It'd be completely out of character. Besides, I thought you liked that stuff. Last time you said you wanted more talk, less action. Jeez, make your mind up. Well, you're the one who wanted to try out some sorta enemies to lovers shenanigan. I'm just trying my best to fulfill your fantasies here. But you're still into me, right? Charming. Here you go. Speaking of itchy heads, this wig is doing a number on me too. Do you mind if we don't dress up next time? Whoa. Are you trying to say you only have the hots for me when I'm in costume? Because if so, that's cruel. Uh-huh. Well, I'm gonna go get changed out of these ridiculous clothes. But first, you owe me an apology. For making me play this weirdo. Cheeky. And for that, I'll be extracting that apology myself. You've got something I want. This. Now, why don't you sit tight and think about what we can play next, Maybe I'd like that. So does that mean you're gonna be the dominant one next time? What's the magic word? Who's a clever little sunshine? So, shower pajamas popcorn movie? Alright, well, I thought I was gonna make a lot of mistakes, but I didn't. Anyways, welcome to the blooper reel. Or basically, like, welcome to bonus content. Or lack thereof. Honestly, had you not been distracted by our little dance, I'm sure you would have destroyed them yourself. Yes, you. You don't remember? Ugh. Oh, oh fuck, I choked on my own spit. For you, I would scorch the entire earth until I... Scorch the entire earth. How would I even say that? Scorch the entire earth.
Hello, this is Melancholy Marionette here, and this is probably going to be extremely rambly and just generally awful, because I am not very good at speaking off the top of my head, and normally when I record these weird extras rambles, I have like a sort of mini script so that I at least, have something to go off of. But yeah, I haven't had the time to write one, and I do not have the time to write one because this is an extremely short game jam, and as usual, I have given myself way too much work to do, because I am a very silly person. Essentially means I have completely failed at the only one of any asset jam, because it's supposed to be like low effort and no crunch, and I have been doing the complete opposite of that because I am a moron. So yeah, I can only apologise if this is extremely sort of disorganised. I feel like I'm gonna go off on a lot of tangents that don't really end up anywhere. So yeah, feel free to just click the little stop or exit button if you're like, what the fuck is she talking about? Just talking a load of shit. But anyway, I've got my coffee and I'm gonna try and say some things about the game. First of all, I guess thank you for playing it. That means a lot in general. So yeah, I've wanted to do the only one of any asset jam for quite a while, like a couple of years at least, but because it's such a short jam, I've always missed it for one reason or another, usually because I just don't have the time to even, come up with an idea, let alone actually make a game within a week or 10 days as it is this year. Or I've just finished a different jam and I have no energy left to participate in another jam straight away afterwards. But this year I finally got to do it. Obviously I knew about all the restrictions and stuff. That was kind of what made me think it was such a cool concept for a jam in the first place. But I didn't realise that there were certain things that you're allowed to do with code that you're not allowed to do with your assets, which makes sense because it is called only one of any asset for a reason. But I was thinking, for example, you can only have one music track, but the rules said you can change the pitch or the tempo of your one track, and I thought, oh cool, that means I can make a music track and I can use it in multiple ways. But I thought, I don't know how to do that with code, so I could split it. So for example, it said you can't have a different music track on your title screen to what you're using in your game if you've got one in the main game. So I asked if it's possible, can I use a short 30 seconds or so loop from the one track on the title screen, so that it's not playing the full track but it is still the same track, the same asset, because I really wouldn't want like a silent title screen. That would be weird, and as a player it would make me think, where's the sound? But at the same time, I also wouldn't really want like the full track to play on the title screen and during gameplay, because that would be weird too. But yeah, anyway, turns out that you were allowed to loop a small segment of it or alter it in some capacity to use it on the title screen, but again, only through code. So I just thought, oh damn, I am screwed, because yeah, I don't know how to do that. I was hoping I could like cut the file into two, but then that technically means that it's two assets, even though it's the same asset, but it's like two files. So yeah, I learned a lot in this jam, a lot more than I thought I would, because I had to think of different ways of doing things to how I would normally do them. So for example, you don't really get it in this version, in the director's cut version, but in the pure jam version there is only one background music track, and it kind of sounds like a different track's playing on the main menu to what plays during gameplay, but it's not. It's the same track. It's just I figured out that there's a way with Unity to like change the pitch and essentially reverse the song, so it's actually the same track playing at a slower tempo backwards. It sounds kind of creepy and cool. It's not really what I was originally gonna go for, but as for what inspired the game in the first place, there were a few things, but mainly one big thing, and that is Euritza. Am I even saying that right? I don't know. It's been a while since I played it, like a month or so. I don't know. Anyway, Euritza, the dude, the cool dude, who just wants to fight you forever and kill each other, from Fire Emblem Three Houses, which I finally finished a few months ago. Well, apart from the church route, that's the only one I haven't done. But yeah, I really loved that character. If you don't know the Fire Emblem series, then just go play it, because it's awesome. But like, there's the romance in Three Houses was sort of like, it was okay. I preferred it in older versions, and I think probably Hubert ended up being my favourite one, which is not who I was anticipating in the beginning. But when it come to actually picking your romance option, I had to abandon Hubert and just go with Euritza, because I just loved that dude. I probably shouldn't say too much because spoilers, but yeah, basically I just wanted to try making a character not the same as Euritza, but you know, similar along those lines, with the whole, you know, I want to destroy you, but my god, I also love you kind of vibes. So not really yandere like I would typically be writing, but sort of in that same vein of creepy and unhinged, and still kind of passionate. Other than that, I've still been listening to a lot of Starset, so it was the songs Unbecoming and Monster that kind of helped me visualise how I wanted the whole project to look, if that makes any sense. I ended up deciding to make the director's cut version because, as much as I loved the idea of the only one of any asset concept, and that's what I made the original version of the game for, like during the process of making it, there were too many things where I was thinking, oh, it would be so cool if I could do this, or oh, I'd really love to do that, but I'm not allowed because it's against the rules. And then there's the usual thing of, I like to have like voice acting and two different people with different voices voicing the same character, so that players can choose between like a masculine voice and a feminine voice, which again, obviously I couldn't do in the Jam version, because even if I used the same sprite, you were only allowed one voice actor, so that would have broken the rules automatically. So I kind of knew that I needed to make an altered version, and I thought I'll do it after the Jam when there's more time. I'll focus on the jam version, and then I'll get a different special version done. But I ended up finishing the jam version with time to spare, so I thought, screw it, I'm going to work on the director's cut one now. I'd already decided I was doing it. I'd already cast voice actors before the jam even started because I wanted to be prepared, even though I had no script or anything, just some notes. But I sort of knew the kind of voice that I wanted for the character anyway. But then I was on the Itch homepage and I saw the little thingy on the side for Major Jam 6 Life, and I clicked on that because I was like, ooh, this seems cool. And that's when I saw that the jam was running pretty much the same dates as Only One of Any Asset. And there's like a limitation that's revealed last minute, so I was thinking, I don't know, maybe, I mean, my idea that I have for Only One of Any Asset does fit with the theme of life, but will the limitation work? And when it was revealed as multiple applications and that it's sort of down to individual interpretation, I thought, yeah, I see how my idea could work as, like, I guess the looping feature of the text kind of counts as multiple applications. And the fact that you have the safe word ending, because it's like the sprite has multiple applications, the character has multiple applications. You know what I mean. I'm not doing a very good job of explaining it, but you know what I mean. At least I hope you do. With the director's cut version, I was intending to only make a few small changes, like I was going to stick to the word limit and stuff, but maybe just expand on the music, because one of the things I really wanted to do was see how many different versions of the same track that I could make, if that makes any sense, which is what you've ended up with here in the director's cut version. There's like multiple versions of essentially the same track, and I just started with the long original one without any vocals in it, and then altered it from there, putting different layers and taking different layers out, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun. I kind of thought that was maybe something I was going to get to do as part of Only One of Any Asset, because I was, in my head, I had it that it's one track with different layers, you know. So it's one asset, but that was not the definition of asset that was being used for the jam, so yeah. But it's fine. Because the tracks are here in this version. And then we come to the troll ending. I didn't call it that in the game, that's what it was in my head, because it's not an ending that's in the Only One of Any Asset jam version of the game. I added it specifically for this director's cut version. One, because I thought it would be cool to have an extra ending, but two, I just kind of had to do it because I felt like the atmosphere of the whole game was, I don't know, heavy, suffocating, and in the end I couldn't, even though I really loved working on it, I couldn't quite take it seriously, and also it gave me an excuse to sort of take the piss out of my own writing, because, I mean, it's a short jam. I made this specifically for Only One of Any Asset jam in the beginning, and then I also saw Major Jam was on, but they're like both really short jams. So it's like I had to write the script in like a day, and I feel like any script that you write in a day is not going to be the best script in the world. I like to think nobody's expecting a masterpiece out of such short jam games. I sure as hell wasn't. As always with jams, I just kind of look at it as a fun challenge and try and learn new things and just generally, you know, have fun making random games. And also because I'm a big fan of like twists and stuff, And I know it's a silly twist, but I feel like it's a kind of cute and adorable twist. Hopefully it comes across as that rather than just like pure cringe. But yeah, it's just nice to have something like that in there. I mean, the original twist was supposed to be that because it's all dark and you can't see the person that's talking to you, and it's like, oh, you're restrained and you can't see anything, you've been kidnapped. It's like, I was kind of hoping people would assume that they have a blindfold on and that's why they can't do anything, as opposed to the reality that you, the player character, are trapped inside this crazy priest person who has decided, no, you are not going to die. I'm not going to let these random assholes kill you. No, I'm going to kill them. And then, because you're dying, I'm going to perform some sort of fucked up ritual, and I'm going to put your soul in my body, and I'm going to keep you here, and I'm going to monologue at you like a creepy weirdo. And then I'm going to find you a new body, and we're going to carry on fighting and have a lovely time together. Yeah. So yeah, that was supposed to be the twist, that you're not tied up and with a blindfold on or whatever. You are restrained inside a person that has decided they're going to essentially hold your soul captive. Which is why I did the cheeky little thing with the menu on the metamorphosis end, where it like the title logo changes from the hostage to the host. Ooh, spooky. Because it's like the person that you're trapped inside is your host. But still, like, I don't know, it didn't sit right with me leaving it the way that it was without the troll roleplay ending. It was just nice to lift the atmosphere a bit, make it a bit lighter, sort of something cute and cuddly and sweet in the mix, so that it's not all just like creepy people. Yeah, I thought it would be a nice change of pace. Whether or not you believe that's the truth of the scenario is up to you. I'm not saying anything. If you prefer to think that the hide and seek ending is the true ending, then, I mean, that's the one that I personally see as a true ending. Like, this shit is gonna go on forever. But yeah, so if you want to take the safe word ending as a true ending, then that's cool too. I mean, there isn't really like, this is reality, this is what happened. I don't really like to do that with my stuff when there's multiple endings. It's like, we can call something a true end, we can call something a troll end, but an end is an end. They're all true in their own right. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I hope you kind of do, at least. Yeah, I'm sure maybe. You know what I mean. Oh, and speaking of safe words, random piece of information that you didn't need in your life, I decided to go with popcorn and banana, specifically because those seem to be the same recurring safe words whenever I have been to, like, 18 rated scare events and attractions, and you have to sign a waiver, and they're always like, oh, this is the safe word is popcorn, or the safe word is banana, and it's I've never had a safe word that wasn't popcorn or banana, so you know, there you go, make of that what you will. Anyway, I feel like that most of this was probably pointless. I guess I'll just leave it here, especially since at the time of recording I haven't actually finished testing the game yet, nor have I made the itch page. So yes, things to do. I'm not sure why you're still listening to it, if you are listening to it, but if you have listened to it and you played the game, then thank you very much for checking it out and for sticking with me on this too. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I guess you haven't lost too much of your life since it's short, and I'm sorry if it was shit. If you did enjoy it, awesome. Maybe check out some of my other stuff. But yeah, thank you very much for checking out the game. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate all your support. Just thank you in general. Hopefully see you in another game. In the meantime, have a wonderful day. And yeah, have a lovely rest of 2023. Bye.